Hey, well, I feel like the previous videos which I have done, that is more than enough to kickstart your AWS journey. That is for, I mean, I've done on IAM mainly. I have released a couple of videos on IAM and also a couple of videos on Linux for DevOps engineers, couple of commands. So various things I have touched upon. So now I thought, okay, I mean, even though there are a lot of things have to be covered inside the IAM, for example, identities and organizations, so that I would be explaining you, after a couple of days. And then so today I thought of kickstart a new service. As you know, AWS is having more than 190 services, more than 190 or more than 200. I literally counted actually in AP South one. I was just literally counted and I got more than 185 somehow. Um, so today I thought of explaining about w- not w- I mean everybody knows what is EC2 obviously, but I thought of checking the console, the EC2 console, what are the options, what are the things we have. So thought of having a discussion on that. So here, as soon as you have to hit on EC2, you're getting the page, EC2 page. And let me start from the extreme left, okay? So now it says new EC2 experience. Tell us what you think. Okay, what is this? Now if I hit on the close button, okay, it's getting closed. So if you hit on the hamburger symbol, you're getting it back. Okay, cool. Now tell us what you think. Okay, it's going to the feedback console and then you can give whatever feedback. Okay, so I would say it's good. So are you satisfied with the experience? Okay, so just submitted it. And then, okay, what is this one? So if you hit on new, okay, this is new EC2 experience, which means that this is a new UI. If you switch it off, then it's changing to an old UI, but I don't feel any differences here. Do you guys feel any differences? Mm, I don't think so. Okay, maybe I may have to go inside somewhere, instances, and then, okay, let me try here. Okay, so this is on old right now. I'm hitting on new. Ah, okay. If you see this in new EC2 instance, I am having launch instances buttons and a couple of other buttons here in orange color. So if you switch it off, the launch instances in blue button comes here. Okay, that's the difference. I got it. Okay, so I'm gonna keep it in new EC2 experience. If I switch it off, I think I was getting some kind of warning somewhere. Let me see. Yeah. Mm, so if I switch it off, okay. No, I saw it somewhere like the old UI console kind of thing will go off. You will not get this kind of switch on and off anymore. That's what I read it somewhere, but not sure. Okay, cool. So we will proceed with the new UI. After that, if you click on close button, that's getting closed. Okay, cool. Now, on the left hand side, there is the first option called EC2 Dashboard. When you click on EC2 Dashboard, the first one which comes in the resources. Okay, in the resources, I'm just clicking on this settings button. So I'm making sure that everything is enabled. Okay, so now just remember, in order to work with EC2, in order to have a great and good knowledge, you should know what is this, what is what. What do you mean by instances? What do you mean by elastic IPs? Key pairs, load balancers, reserved instances, snapshots, dedicated host, instances, launch templates, placement groups, security groups, and volumes. So you need to have good basic understanding on all these resources if you want to be a master of EC2. So EC2 is nothing but, if I mean, EC2 is all about if you learn EC2, it means that you've learned AWS cloud. Okay, so that's how people will say. So these are all the terminology which you need to understand. That is one thing. And now let me click on EC2 Global View, which will open in a new window, new tab. So what is this EC2 Global View? Now it says for my account, 17 regions are enabled. That is, I'm talking about these regions. Okay. And then uh, there are no instances are running in any regions for me. Okay. And how many VPCs are there? 17 VPCs are there. How many subnets? How many security groups are there? And how many volumes? Okay. Now, these are all the resource counts. If you see Asia Pacific Mumbai, there are no instances running. How many VPCs, subnets? Okay, I think it's it's like a it's like a cumulative way of checking it. Okay. So this EC2 Global View, it just says, from the region, I mean, from the entire account level, it just tells you what all the resources you have and how many resources you have and what all the things are running. I think this is a nice things actually. Okay. And then you have something called global search. I think you can search with the resource ID or tags or region. So if I want to search AP-South -1 -1. So if you hit this, so what all the resources are available in AP-South 1, I'm getting it. Okay, that's nice. And also you can see download CSV. If you hit the download CSV, it's downloading the CSV format file. Okay, so it just gives you the name and the region and what are the resources available and then the resource type for all the regions. Okay, cool. Okay, so that's all about the EC2 Global View. I'm gonna close this EC2 Global View. So even if you click on this, that goes there, and it goes here, and also here as well, it goes to the same page. Okay, it goes to the same page, guys. So next one is you can refresh the button. If you keep refreshing, so it will tell you, okay, which one is running or which one is not running. If you click on this, you have to enable all these resources. I mean, in default, I think you won't be having these things. These things might have switched off. So I have enabled it. So you also do the same if you want all those resources to be listed out here. So if you want to disable everything, if you want only dedicated host and dedicated host and only the instances, and you want to disable other things, just hit OK. Only these three things will be available. Okay. So I'm making it everything. Perfect. So the resources section, this section is done. Now on the left side, EC2 dashboard, EC2 global view is also done. Now what is events? So events is nothing but, okay, actions. So there are no events occurred here. So this is nothing but this is the same thing which has happened here. If you see somewhere here in the last two videos which I put, right, schedule changes or event log or any other notifications, that would come up here. Okay, so there is nothing right now. Everything is 000. That's why we are not getting anything. So all good. No events in this region. Okay, cool. Then tags, I'll talk about this tags. What is this later? So we have something called limits. So limits is nothing but for one particular activity. What is the current limit? 200. Okay. And so we have a lot of things here. So if you want something on EC2, okay, so we have 5 current limit. And then if you type instance, so there are a lot of things are coming. So running on demand, what are the counts? Reserved instances, you have 20 current limit. Okay, so these many things are there. Wow, interesting. So these 5 things. Okay, these things, right? Instances, uh, images, EBS, network and security, load balancing, auto scaling. we'll talk about it in detail, but this video is just to see the other options whatever we have. So I'm going back to EC2 dashboard, and here after the resources we have something called launch instance. So I can click on it and then launch instance. Okay. And what else you have? You have scheduled events, no scheduled events for us. This for migrate a server, this is to create a filter. And then also service health dashboard. Okay, right now it says okay, the service is operating normally, there is no issues with this. And these are all the availability zones. So if you see Mumbai, what is the region name? AP-South-1, and availability zone 1A, 1B, 1C. So inside this we have zone, we'll talk about it. And if you want to enable additional zones also, you can do it. And what is this health dashboard? Click on it, it will open into a new window. Okay, so this will just give you the entire status of your current AWS infrastructure. So if you see this current status December 31 2021 Pacific Standard Time, PST means Pacific Standard Time. So it just gives you everything is good, all the services are good as of now. Okay, so everything is good. And if you want to see Asia Pacific, okay, all good. Middle East, I mean all good in the sense I have to scroll down anyways, but still. Okay, so I think you can check these things later. So we have a status.aws.amazon.com. okay, that is the one. And on the extreme right hand side, okay, there is something called supported platforms. What is that? Click on it. Okay, now it shows EC2 Classic. Okay, what exactly this does is, before VPC, right? There is a concept called VPC, Virtual Private Cloud. Okay, what Virtual Private Cloud does is, in the entire AWS network, it just gives you the portion of the it just gives you the portion to you. So that we call it as a Virtual Private Cloud. I'll just put you in an image so you can verify. Say for example, say this is the okay, so this is the entire AWS. Okay, so in this the AWS will give you portion, and this is your VPC, which means Virtual Private Cloud. So in this you can put EC2 instance, you can put your load balancers, you can put your database, you can secure your networks. Everything is isolated from this network to this network. So this we call it as a VPC, Virtual Private Network. Okay, not Virtual Private Network, VPC. Okay, so before VPC, how it was is, there is something called EC2 Classic. So what this does is, the same AWS cloud, okay, so you will launch your instance publicly. There is no private network for your resources. So it will be communicated with other account resources as well. I mean, unless you obviously secure your security gate, I mean, security groups and NACL, that is different part. But this is a huge difference of VPC and EC2 Classic. Okay, now in the definition also, if you see, we are retiring EC2 Classic on August 15, 2022. We recommend that you migrate from EC2 Classic to a VPC. Okay, so before VPC it was EC2 Classic, wherein there is no private isolation for your resources. So if you read further, with EC2 Classic, your instances run in a single flat network that you share with other customers. With Amazon VPC, your instances run in a virtual private cloud. Okay, that's logically isolated. So this is what I was explaining to you. And also it says the EC2 Classic platform was introduced in the original release of Amazon EC2. When the EC2 was released, I think Amazon EC2 was released somewhere in 2006 to 2008, I believe. So if you created your AWS account after 2013, it does not support EC2 Classic. So you must launch your Amazon EC2 instances in a VPC. Okay, cool. Now let me close this. So we talked about on the right hand side, and what is this default VPC? Let me click on it. So okay, that's going to the VPC cloud, virtual private cloud, that's fine. And then these are all some settings which we will talk about it. So I think that's all. Okay, and explore AWS, some ads. If you want to close it, you can close this one. And these are all some help topics. If you want to close it, you can close this one. That's okay. I think that's more than enough to kickstart each and every concepts of EC2, I mean components of EC2. Yeah. So we will see you in the next video, guys. Thank you.